Hi all, Jessie B Scrapbooking back with another process video. This one is for day 23 of 30 days of sketches, and I am going to be doing this picture of my son and my daughter's friend that came up from college. She's never seen equipment before, and so they were showing her around, and then my husband and her, and he let her actually run the loader. So she was pretty excited, a lot of fun. So the sketch is this one here, and I am going to be flipping it so that it has these two pictures of her running the loader. She's facing that way, so I'm that way, and the skidder is just going to have to drive off the page because, yeah, that's okay. So I have these. I'm going to use this, and I'm thinking about using this as the stripes. And I want to do some stamping where the flowers are. And yeah, so let's see how this goes. Okay, so I totally forgot to say this sketch is created by Sherry Stewart. And I love this sketch, and I think she did an amazing job on it. I had so much fun with it. But yeah, so, and then check out everybody else that is going to be using this sketch today. I'll have the playlist down below so you can check out everybody that is participating with 30 Days of Sketches. Okay, so I cut these little pieces, or this paper into little pieces. They're about anywhere from that little one, I think is a 1/2 inch, an inch maybe, and an inch and a half, I think are the what I cut. I was trying to kind of do it random, but they're all pretty close to like an inch, inch and a half, except for that little one. But it works really good. So I'm going to get these down, but they kind of blend in, and it wasn't quite the look I was looking for. So I thought about just drawing a line where they were and then doing my stamping behind it. But then I noticed that in the sketch that the stamping is up and over the little wood pieces in the sketch. So I'm like, oh, that would be fun. So I decided to come in with some black ink, and I'm just inking all the edges. And then I'm also kind of scuffing up some of the insides where it's already has some black marks on it, but I wanted to identify them a little bit more and make this kind of look a little bit more grungy and yeah, like wood you would find out in the woods. So I got them all inked up, and now I am just going to lay them down into kind of the same links and stuff as in the sketch. I follow the sketch really close, and so you can see how there are different links on the inside, but all on the outside they there's no like white showing on the outside. So that is what I'm doing here, and I'm even putting that white border around that one picture of the skidder. And I am so sorry about that glare. I didn't actually notice the glare until the very end, and then I will move it. But yeah, I thought, oh yeah, there's no glare on that this time. This is great. And then I looked at the camera and yeah, I realized, nope, I was wrong. So here are how my pictures are going to sit. And here's where I'm going to come in with my stamping. I'm going to do 3 stamps of this really pretty flower. And this stamp set came from Amazon, I believe. And that one didn't do a really good stamp or impression, but it actually works out perfect. So I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to try to restamp it or anything. I'm just going to leave it with the one kind of petal not really stamped. And then I decided to trim up these photos just a tiny bit. And so I get those trimmed up, and then I'm going to come back in with this leaf stamp, and I'm not sure where this leaf stamp came from. It's in a set, but I don't have any of the names on my stamps anymore. So yeah, they're just in a binder, and I just have all the florals together, all my mixed media and stuff together. So I'm sorry, I don't know where these stamps all come from, but I do love this leaf stamp, so I do it twice, and then I'm coming in out of that same stamp set. Okay, no, this stamp here, this is from Dollar Store. So this one here, it's not any of the other two. So those other two are different sets. And then this one here is definitely from the Dollar Store, because I just got it not too long ago. And actually it stamps really well. So I'm going to stamp that in the 3 different spots. I know that one flower doesn't really show up behind Skitter, but you see like one petal of it. And then see at the bottom there, when I stamped that second flower down, I was able to stamp it right over top of that petal that was missing, and so it looks really good. I really like it. So this is a dragonfly stamp from the Dollar Store, the same stamp set as that second flower, and it's so cute. I didn't want to put butterflies on this, but in the woods there's a ton of bugs, and dragonflies are definitely one of the bugs. So I decided to use 2 dragonflies, one just right onto the wood, and then the other one onto the background there. And then this little bitty flower is another stamp set again. I think it might be the same one as the big flower. I'm pretty positive it is. And so I get that all stamped down. So now all my stamping is done, and I love the way it turned out. So I decided I'm going to pop up 2 of the pictures onto some foam here. So I'm going to pop up the Skitter and then this top picture here of my husband and Vera. And then the bottom one I decided just to adhere flat. I thought about popping it up, but then I decided I liked it just adhered flat. So I'm going to get that all down. And I do use ATG and liquid adhesive on Fun Foam, because the Fun Foam liquid adhesive will work, but it takes a second to dry and it'll move and stuff. And so the ATG will stick it instantly so it doesn't move. But I notice if I just use ATG that they will fall off the page eventually. So I use both. So here's where I'm deciding to trim up the wood that hangs over, and or the wood grain paper that hangs over. So I get all that trimmed up, and then I'm coming in with these rub-ons for my title, and you'll see me just kind of like lay them out here, and the title is I Can Do It, and I'm using 2 different fonts, just what I can find in these that are left in these rub-ons. And like my N was an M that I cut off part of, and my I for it was another letter that I just used a part of it. So I didn't film actually putting them all down, but there they are, and I think they look good. And I figured this page needed a little bit of color, so I'm coming in with some green puffy paint and just doing some scattering of that all around. And then I come in with the yellow puffy paint, and I'm doing the insides of all the flowers. So each flower has a yellow inside. And then I'm flicking the bottom of the page, and it helps the little paint flatten out, and it looks really cute that way. I am going to do some inking on the edges of what I cut off, and then this layout is done, and I really like how it turned out. Thank you for watching. Bye.